Finding powers of I. So to premise this, we know that the square root of -1 is I. We know that I squared is -1. Well, I to the third is equal to negative I, because it's the same thing as I squared times I, because these two things are the same. I to the fourth happens to be 1 because that one is I squared times I squared, so you have -1 times -1, which gives you 1. And these i's goes in patterns of 4s. So it would loop back through this. If we went I to the 5th, it would be back here, I to the 6th, I to the 7th, I to the 8th, I to the 9th, I to the 10th, I to the 11th, I to the 12th. So the same pattern continues. So if I want to know what I to the 16 is, how I think about this is 16 is 4 sets of 4. So I have I to the 4th power. We know that I to the 4th is 1. So I get 1 to the 4th power, or 1. If I have I to the 21st, well, we know that I to the 20th times I would be the same thing. And we know that 20 is a power of 4. So this piece becomes a 1 times I, or I. So if I had I to the -6, that's the same thing as 1 over I to the 6th. And we know that is I to the 4th times I squared. I break the first number into a multiple of 4, the second number whatever's left over. So this piece becomes a 1. I squared becomes -1. So I get 1 over 1 times -1 is -1. So as an entire fraction, it's -1. I to the -13, 1 over I to the 13th. Well, 4 goes into 12, so I have I to the 12th with 1 left over, and I. So this one becomes 1, so I get 1 over I. That's the same thing as I to the -1 power. They're equivalents.